Here, you're back in the fantasy bar talking some baseball. Big Tuesday night slate. We got 6 of my favorite plays for you ready to go on FanDuel and DraftKings. And we're not going to give you one stack. We will get 2 stacks started for you here tonight. I'm going to give you my favorite buy low opportunity right now on DraftKings, a starting pitcher that is way too cheap in a great matchup, and my favorite bat on the entire slate. Who we talking about? Only one way to find out. It's time to belly up to the fantasy bar. Welcome in, guys. Tuesday edition Beers Daily Fantasy 6-pack back once again for another video. 6 of my favorite plays for you on FanDuel and DraftKings for this big Tuesday night slate. Thank you, as always, for stopping by and checking out today's video. Before we get to those plays, you guys have been doing a great job with the thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it. All we ask in return on these free videos is you smash that thumbs up button, you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content. All right, huge slate of games. Coors Field is on the docket. San Francisco team total around 7. So obviously very much in play, but we want to find you some spots outside of Coors Field as always. All right, let's dive in here with our first play of the day at second base with Brandon Lowe of Tampa Bay. This is one of those sneaky stacks. I think if you want to get different from Coors, this game features a big 9.5 run total. And I really like the Tampa Bay side here in this game. Lowe has shown a nice power against righties going all the way back to last season's 226, the ISO over that span. This season been productive as well. Woba at 358 against righties. What I really like, should see a bunch of fastballs here from Lucas Giolito over 45% of the time. That is his pitch. 2 left-handed hitters over the last year. And look at the numbers for Lowe against that pitch. Woba over 430. ISO way up at 327. And that is over a pretty big sample going back to the start of last season. So good home run spot here tonight for Brandon Lowe. All right, let's stack it up with Tampa Bay at first base with Jonathan Aranda. So Aranda been swinging a good bat here. 7 multi-hit games for him here over the last 14. ISO over 200 against righties, so the power is there. As we know, Woba way up at 413 against right-handed pitching this season. Giolito has had some issues with left-handed bats. 355 Woba, ISO over 200, barrel rate over 11%, and a lot of hard contact at over 55% here. Couple rough starts for Lucas Giolito. I think Tampa Bay adds to that list here tonight. Give me the stack with Brandon Lowe, Jonathan Aranda, and whoever else you want to add from the Tampa Bay Rays. All right, let's go to starting pitcher next with Lance McCullers Jr. of Houston. So very rough start to the season as he kind of eased his way back in, but really starting to look like the guy that we have seen in the past. In fact, I think this is one of the best buy lows that we have seen at the starting pitcher position this season. I promise you these prices are not going to last on Lance McCullers, so take advantage here. Let's look at the last 3 starts. Only 5 earned runs allowed over those 5 starts and 27 strikeouts, averaging 9 strikeouts per start over his last 3 starts, and now gets a spot against possibly the worst offense in all of baseball, bottom 10 in strikeouts against righties at over 22%. We're talking the lowest batting average, slugging percentage. Woba, other categories, they are bottom 2, bottom 5. We know it's a bad offense here. I think Lance McCullers in a great spot to rack up a ton of strikeouts. In fact, I think he could get us to double-digit strikeouts, and you're only paying $8,500 tonight over on DraftKings. All right, let's save you some money with my favorite value bet at third base with Addison Barger of Toronto. So great value here, great buy low. I think he is absolutely vastly underpriced on DraftKings at just $3,300, even on FanDuel at $3,100. I think these are some great prices on Barger. Been very good against righties. In fact, leads this team in both Woba and ISO against righties. Woba over 360, ISO pushing 260 here. Now, Michaelis taking a hill for St. Louis tonight. Not a big strikeout pitcher. You see that strikeout rate just 12.5%, so should see plenty of balls in play here for these Toronto bats. Giving up a lot of hard contact to left-handed hitters at 50% to go along with a fly ball rate at over 33%. We always talk about it anytime we see low strikeout rate, a lot of hard contact, a lot of fly balls. Great recipe for a home run, all at these value prices under $3,500 for Addison Barger on both sides. All right, next bat, a lot of flexibility here. Second base, third base, shortstop with Jorge Palanco. So I love guys like this where you can piece them into a few different spots here. And Palanco hits in 5 straight, but we haven't seen any massive games here of late. So I don't think this is going to be one that sees a ton of ownership here tonight. Nice 57% hard contact rate against right-handed pitching so far this season, and second on the team with a 242 ISO. So solid power output so far from Jorge Palanco. And Brandon Pfaadt has really been struggling here over the last couple starts. 13 earned runs for him in those games against Atlanta and Washington. Another tough spot here against Seattle. Jorge Palanco in a good spot tonight against Brandon Pfaadt. All right, it's time. Take a look at my favorite play for Tuesday night. Before we do that, let's run it back on our Beast of the Night contest. How do you play? Easy. You click that thumbs up button. Head to the comment section and guess fantasy points on DraftKings for my highest scoring hitter. We're giving you 5 bats today. Which one puts up the most DraftKings points? You don't even have to guess who it is. Just put a number in there. Your guess is the closest. You're going to win a free week of RotoGrinders Premium just for hanging out with me today in the fantasy bar. All right, let's finish things strong with my favorite play for Tuesday night. You know, Matt's the Beast of the Night. All right, Beast time. We promised you 2 stacks. We gave you Tampa Bay. We're going to round it out with Seattle here at catcher with Cal Raleigh, tonight's Beast of the Night. 6K on a catcher. Are you crazy? I never thought we would see the day, but life happens fast. We are here, and Cal Raleigh outside of Coors Field, and maybe including Coors Field. Absolutely my favorite bat on the slate tonight against Brandon Pfaadt. Only Shohei Ohtani has a higher ISO against right-handed pitching this season than Cal Raleigh, way up at 381. Been crushing the ball of late. 75% hard contact rate against righties. And we look at Brandon Pfaadt, gives up 57.5% hard contact, 2 left-handed hitters, and a near 15% barrel rate here. I love Cal Raleigh's chances to go deep tonight, possibly twice, and put a huge number on the board. Cal Raleigh, the big dumper, easily my favorite play on the board and tonight's Beast of the Night. All right, guys, that'll do it for our Tuesday 6-pack. As always, any comments, questions, feedback, whatever you guys want to talk about, please hit me up in that YouTube comment section, or feel free to reach out over on Twitter at Beermakersfan and get your guess in. All you need is a number. Doesn't have to be Cal Raleigh. Whichever of the 5 bats scores the most points, your number matches closest. You're walking away with a free week of RotoGrinders Premium. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Best of luck on tonight's slate. We'll take a couple days off. Be back with another video on Friday. Good luck tonight, everybody, and we'll see you on Friday.
Thanks for checking out our videos. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more DraftKings, FanDuel, and other DFS content. And you can check out our daily live show schedule on RotoGrinders.com/videos.